I am the real Chris Keith. You, Robert, are just a mere clone of myself.
What? No, that's impossible. How could I be a clone if I've lived out my entire life? Hell, if you were able to ask my wife, she'd tell you all about it. We've known each other since high school.
That's because I cloned you when I was only a child. Unlike John down there, I was born here many, many years ago, and I cloned myself to have a friend. I wasn't very popular back then.
Still aren't, I'd say.
You have no idea.
So how'd you do it? How were you able to create this technology?
Don't you remember?
What the hell? No.
Then I guess you'll never know.
You're being no help, you know.
How dare you say that? I've been helping you all along.
Wait. Those visions. They were real.
Of course they were real. All those visions you saw when you came here, even the ones you saw before you came here, those were all real. And those whispers you heard, those were me too.
Why? Why the random appearances? Why the warnings? Why? Why this?
To protect you. I wanted to keep you away from harm. I didn't want my clone, my only friend, to be taken away from me. You escaped a long time ago, and I didn't want to lose you again.
Stop saying that I'm not real! That I'm just some thing you created!
But you are. Why do you think you never knew your parents? It's because you never had any. And why do you feel like you know this place if you've never been here? I know you know what I'm talking about. And it's because you were made here as my clone. And I brought you back here to help me.
With what?
You've already tried and completed half my task for me. You took care of him for me.
I didn't kill him though. You did.
Yeah, sure. I delivered the final blow, but with that crossbow that I gave you, you pretty much ended his days. He may have said that he was invincible, but not everyone dies instantly from a bolt to the gut.
You put the crossbow in the dump truck.
Yeah, I did. I wanted you to kill John, but you only shot him in the damn stomach, so I had to take care of him myself.
Why? Did he even know you?
He was disrupting this place. He had to be taken care of.
But did he know that you were here?
Yes, he did. He decided to leave that part out with you because he thought you were me. That's why he told you. He knew exactly who you were.
Doesn't matter now anyways. He's dead. He deserved it though. He wouldn't let me leave. Mess with the damn cars.
No, that's not true. He didn't touch them.
You then!
No. It was this place. You see, time is different here. It changes rapidly. Approximately every 23 minutes, random areas are warped to different locations or times. That's why some of the vehicles were gone. That is why it's summer instead of winter. That's why you can never leave. The energy is too powerful. It pulls people back. It moves them through time and space so that you can't leave. May I say though, it is harder to grab a hold of vehicles. So that would be a good plan for an escape. And I already tried that and it didn't work. I know. So why don't you just tell me everything? Okay? The terrorists, the zombies, the creatures, where Chelsea is? Please, why can't you just tell me? Tell you. If you come with me, I will show you.
Hey. Is this
Chelsea? Yes, it is.
when was this taken?
Not too long ago, actually.
Where the hell is she?
Calm down. There are other things I want you to see first.
So you know where she is?
You'll just have to wait and see. Before I get on to more pressing matters, I thought I'd let you know that I set those pictures up around the house for you, and the message on the computer.
Because...
Just to give you some hope.
yeah, sure. The message on that computer pretty much said I'd never find her again.
You won't. I didn't want to be giving you false hope.
Is that...
You'll know soon enough. Sometimes, you have to be very patient. You're going to get answers in the order that I give them to you.
Fine. Please, get to it then.
I started my experiments many years ago. I created this green-colored serum that I call Bio-Lazarus. I've tested it on animals, as well as humans, and it changes them in ways you've already seen. It wears off if it's not applied to the subject often, but when it is, the results are amazing. The subject becomes deformed, but is also beefed up. They become faster, stronger, and better. And it's almost impossible to die when in that stage.
What... what have you used it on?
I heard John telling you about Cole Schmidt.
Yeah. Yeah?
Well, that creature you saw in the hallway, and in one of the rooms, that was him.
You're sick. You know that?
That thing eating the deer was human too. That's one of my favorites. It's kind of like my pet dog. And when it attacked you, it would have killed you if I hadn't called it off.
Oh, God.
Some of the animals did even better though. They grew a lot larger and stronger. Like that massive thing in the trees you heard. There's many more where that came from.
And what about the Joe clones?
Those were something that John did actually make. But he found my laboratory and used it to create his clones. But when you and your so-called friend arrived here, he was injected with some biolazarus. So was Akmar.
Akmar?
Your terrorist?
What? The terrorist was working for you?
Don't worry. I'll explain. I hired Akmar a few years back to kill Joe and Cole Schmidt. I had learned that John was planning to clone them, so they had to be taken out. But it was already too late. John only had to extract one sample of DNA, and he got to Joe first. So, once Akmar had gunned down the brothers, I gave Cole shots of biolazarus, and he grew into that thing you saw.
So, you can bring people back to life?
Those people aren't alive. They're something else. Anyways, after that incident, I let Akmar stay. John figured out I existed, and he set out to kill me. Neither of us wanted each other to be there. Not too long before you arrived, 2 Joe clones were sent in with a film camera. I'm guessing so they could show John that they had accomplished their job. So I sent your terrorist in to kill them. They were the ones who called you in as backup. But of course, they never got to me. They died at the hands of Akmar. The clones were extremely hard to kill, so Akmar injected himself with a bit of the serum. He became one tough son of a bitch.
So, the men that were supposed to take out the terrorists before us, they were actually clones?
Yes. How many times do you have to be told that? Here, I'll show you.
I got him. Huh. Nice.
And then, that night, while I was doing some research, I learned that you live not too far away from here. I also found out that one of the clones, ex-Lieutenant Joe Schmidt, wasn't only one of your only friends, but was also on duty for 911 calls. So I radioed Akmar and told him to phone in an emergency. And since Joe was a good candidate for the job, I was certain he would be sent up. I had a feeling John would want this trip to be filmed too. And because you were Joe's friend and had a camera, I knew that you'd be taken along.
It seems kind of convenient that it all adds up to me being here.
It's destiny.
I don't believe in destiny.
You just don't know it yet. Once you realize that you're being strung along by a higher power than yourself, you'll believe it. You'll know.
So then, what happened once we both got here?
I had ordered Akmar to inject himself with the biolazarus serum and then stick Joe with it as well. I didn't need Akmar anymore, and I wanted the clone dead. So I was hoping the zombie-like appearance of both men would give you a reason to dispose of them. And of course, you know the rest.
Do you know how goddamn sick you are?
Yes, I know I'm sick. Sick of
of the demons eating away at me inside. Sick of those people who don't appreciate their gifts and powers. Sick of those who laugh at the suffering of others. Sick of it all. And that's why I still need your help. With what? I'm going to make End Road a public road. I want it to be open so I can unleash my minions and force the world to become what it should be. People have been in the dark for too long. It's time to shine a little light on their pathetic little lives. They will know the true meaning of fear and pain. And they'll know what it's like to understand that they're dying and that there's nothing they can do. Because all they do now is fight, destroy, and corrupt this world. And it will all end at once. And when it does end... Go to hell! I want nothing to do with your end-of-the-world ideas. I just want to know where Chelsea is. In time. I want some frickin' answers! Fine. So be it. But you might want to sit down for this one.